Hello and welcome to another booktube video. Oh, I just felt a spot on the side of my face. From me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. Glasses on. How are you all? We are returning full force into Video Town. Actually, I'm saying that. You would have seen me October TBR before you would have seen this, so we've already returned full force into Video Town. Today is a Friday reading vlog. This Friday, oh, it's so nice to be in bed. This Friday involves lots of reading. I'll talk about that a bit later on when we go into there. But also we've got a few other little bits to do. I've got to go to the library. I might actually find out if my mum and my niece... Oh no, I won't be able to do that because it clashes. Got to go to the library. The house is still a mess because we're still not fully decorated. We're waiting on carpets, so we're still living in sort of like piles of stuff being dumped places. I need the kitchen, I need to tidy the kitchen, so chores and sort of things like that. I'm testing out my microphone that my previous friend, now friend and colleague, Philippa, has sent me. So we've started an Archers podcast, me, Philippa, Quentin and Katie, called All About the Archers, where there's an episode midweek, and there's already been, we're taking it in turns to co-host, and it's my turn to co-host on Tuesday. I'm so excited, but also a bit nervous. The other three have all done an Archers podcast before, so they know well what they're doing, but we need to test out my microphone today to check it's working. So that's at 10 o'clock, which is in 20 minutes, so need to get myself out of bed. So that, and then like I said, a lot more reading. So I am planning on doing the actual, oh, and I need to film the October TBR today as well. So I am planning on doing the actual Friday reading vlog bits that I normally do. So I guess, should we go over, I want to make myself a cup of tea in time for 10 o'clock. Let's go to the sofa, pick the reading for today and a reading question, and see if there's a challenge I'm doing out of my reading challenge book, and then we'll get on with the day. Let's go. No time for dilly-dallying. Very annoying, very daft of me. I seem to have packed away the questions that we ask at the top of each Friday reading vlog, which means they're in Bath Town. I'll be taking you to Bath Town in a minute because I need to get out a library, a poetry book from there. So yeah, no questions, unless they're on the top of Bath Town. I mean, we'll have a look in a minute. But I did have my ultimate reading challenge, and I have picked out the book that I'm going to be reading all day today. All day today. Oh, actually, let's pick this as well because I might also be dipping into this. So, Lark Rides to Candleford by Flora Thompson. I am 122 pages through this. Harking back to what I was saying about the Archers podcast, currently in the Archers, a lot of the characters are reading Lark Rides to Candleford, and they've just arranged that they're going to do a, they're all gonna get together and read out their favourite parts from the book. This started from someone doing an English course, and this was being used to steady a wobbly table, and lots of the characters have got very involved in it. So me, Katie and Philippa, who are all keen readers, are planning on reading this by Wednesday in order to get a special bonus episode of All About the Archers out where we talk about Lark Rides to Candleford. Now, we need to read about 100 pages of this a day in order to keep on top of it. So I'm on page 122, so I am ahead of sketch. It was due to have 100 pages done yesterday. So we're going hardcore with this. Now, when I get to my 100 pages, when I get to page 200, or I'll finish after, let's have a look, I'll get to page 205 it will be, because that's the start of a new chapter. I might treat myself to a book that I'd already started that I'm very much enjoying, and that's Service by Sara Gilmartin. This is a book that's set partly in the noughties in Dublin in a restaurant known as Tea, and we're following, well, I've only read 2 chapters so far, but we're following one of the waitresses who worked in there, and the head chef, and also I've just seen that the next chapter is about from his wife's perspective. It was very sort of like high intensity place to work, very cool, lots of very sexy people working there, and now in present day the head chef is being investigated for a series of sexual assaults that happened during that time. So yeah, I'm very much enjoying it. It's got vibes of Boiling Point, which is a film I watched last year and really enjoyed, which is actually back as a series on BBC, I think even today maybe. It's got sort of like that high intensity vibes of Boiling Point. So yeah, so if I get my pages done of this today, I will read this. But let's just see if there's any challenges, because we're hurtling towards the end of the year, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chapters, 10 challenges left to do. God, I don't even know if that's possible. Is there 10? Yeah, there is 10 weeks left, but we'll have to really go for it. So let's see if any of those books, or an audiobook I could listen to maybe when I'm walking to the library, match any of these challenges. So the challenges I've got left are: reread a classic you hated in high school. I do have plans to reread North and South. I need to get that out from the library. Maybe I'll have a look today and see if it's in the library. Attend an author event in person or virtually. I could have a look on YouTube and see if I can watch an author interview. That might be a good thing to do today. Yes, maybe I will do that. Reread a book you love. Oh, there's 11 because there's another one here. Reread a book you loved as a child. Could have a look maybe on some audiobooks today and find out if there's any books I loved as a child that are available. Visit your local bookstore. Not doing that today. Go to your favourite section of the library or bookstore. Blindly take a book off the shelf and take it home to read. I could do that. I'm going to the library. I have got 2 books on the go. Write down a favourite quote or passage from a beloved book and display it in your home. This one I can do, not today, because I have been doing a lot more of my watercolours, so maybe I'll do that another day. Read a book in a genre you've never read before. I've got the book out ready for that. It's a horror book, but I don't want to add it on top of these. Read a book currently on a bestseller list. None of these will be on a bestseller list. Gift a copy of your favourite book to a friend or family member. Special occasion not required. I need to do that. Read a book that features an Indigenous person. Ask a family member what book has made a lasting impression on them. Find and read that book. Maybe I could do that on Instagram today. If I do it on Instagram and do it with my friends and family. But obviously I won't be reading that book. So there's things in the pipeline, but I don't think any. Oh no! So there's 2 things I could do today. Is reread a book I loved as a child by finding an audiobook of a book that I loved as a child, or attend an author event in person or virtually by watching something on YouTube. So I will do one of those today. Right, now let's go and get the poetry book, because we're not going to read the poem now. I think because we're in the autumn poetry section now, so at the end of each of these Friday reading vlogs, I read a poem aloud. And I normally read them from the Ali Azeri edited books, which are sort of like special for the season and stuff. And the one we should be reading is Autumn, but that's deep in Bathtown. But I recently got sent a book of poems that are to be read aloud at the end of every day. So that will be perfect. But come with me and I'll show you what Booktown looks like. I mean, it's literally a holy show. And this is where all my books are, in the bath. Because they were so hard to find a home for them. But I can't. The only book I can get is a poem to read aloud every day of the year, which is what we'll be reading the poem from. But I can't even have a look any closer to see if the questions are there. I can't see the questions. Oh, I can see the questions. Can I reach? I can see the questions. Yes! Yes! Got the questions. Let's go and pick a question for today as well. Oh, hurrah, hurrah. So it will be like an actual proper Friday reading vlog. So yeah, this is the book that I'll be reading the poem from at the end of the day. A poem to read aloud every day of the year, which is edited by Liz Ison. So we'll be reading the poem for, what day is it today? 28th? 29th! Last day of the month, tomorrow. And then the question that we'll be asking so it's a question we ask at the top of the video, and then by the end of the video, I answer here, you guys can answer in the comments and discuss. And the question is, the storied life of AJ Fickery, and the question is, what do you love most about books? Which is a very good question. So yeah, by the end of the video, I will answer the question, what do you love most about books? What a lovely Friday reading vlog day this is going to be. Right, I better go and make a cup of tea and get my microphone set up, ready to test my mic. Well, the microphone's working very well, so I'm pleased about that. So yeah, so the All About the Archers podcast, it's been running for 2 weeks now, and it's my first episode on this Tuesday. So if you search All About the Archers on your podcast listening platform, that will have me on it this Tuesday. And in fact, it'll have me on it, the bonus episode as well, because that's the episode where we'll be talking about Lark rise to Candleford. Cool, so that's done. I'm gonna go and make myself another cup of tea and have some scrambled egg on toast and read some Lark rise to Candleford over there. Just finding out if baby rhymes on today, because if it is, I'll go to the library. Oh, she hasn't said. My niece is currently playing with Lego that I had when I was 6, so the Lego is 30 years old and it looks as fresh as the day it was born. But it's very nice to see her getting so much joy out of it. Right, anyway. Toast, cup of tea, reading. Oof! I've been listening to the podcast of Sara and Cariad's Weirdo book club, which I'm quite into. I very much enjoyed the I'm a Fan episode, as you'll know that I loved the book I'm a Fan. And they're just discussing Weirdo, which is by Sara Pascoe, which I haven't read. Do I have designs to read it? I don't know that I do. But yeah, they also are discussing Death of a Bookseller, so I'm looking forward to that episode too. There we go. One slice of Marmite on toast with eggs on top. I'm about to start reading this. This is the exact same size. Is it? No, it's a little bit bigger. So a little bit more of Lark rise to Candleford. Got to get to page 200 and going out tonight, so we've got targets to get to. The novelette of the 80s was a romantic love story in which the poor governess always married the duke, or the lady of the title the gamekeeper, who always turned out to be a duke or an earl in disguise. I'm washed, I'm dressed, I've got a plan. So the plan is, I'm going to do something now for Outfits October, which can be drying while I'm going to the library to drop off a book, and then when I get back it will be done. So Outfits October is something that I've done. Here's some of my little arts I've been doing because I'm so cute. Outfits October is something that I've done for a good few years now. I think this is going to be the 4th or 5th year of doing it, whereby in October I write down 30 prompts for outfits, to wear a different outfit every day. And these prompts have been all sorts of different things all over the years. So the year I was first started watching Call the Midwife was one of the prompts, and there's always been ones that, so rainbow appears most years, and like all second-hand, because I'm quite keen on second-hand clothes and not adding to the fast fashion problem. So yes, this will be the 4th or the 5th year of doing it. But what I do is I put all of the prompts, I write them all down and put them in a jar, and then pick one out the night before, so I never know what the outfit's going to be the next day, and then I just have to sort of like shop my wardrobe and pick the outfit out for that. So I'm just about to do the prompts for that, but I thought, because I've got quite into watercolours this year, I thought it might be quite nice to do them on a sort of like autumnal watercolour background. So we're going to have a lot of oranges and browns, which is colours that I haven't really been doing. A lot of my stuff has been, as you can see, in purples and blues, and that's just tape around it and this sort of thing. So yeah, so I thought I would do that. So I'm going to decorate one of these, paint one of these with lots of different autumnal colours, and then once it's dried I'll write all the prompts down and then pop them all in a jar. Now, because we're in the middle of decorating, I can't find the jar that I normally use, so I might have to go to a shop and buy another jar. I always use those, they're sort of like they're called mason jars, the ones that sort of like, I use them a lot anyway, so it's going to get used at some point. So yeah, so I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to mix up some autumnal colours now, and then just wash this with water, and then add the colours and sort of like let them blend together. Then that will dry. Is this going to be big enough to do 31? Maybe not. Maybe I need a bigger sheet. Yeah, I'm going to use a bigger sheet. I've got A4 as well. and then I can use the other bit to write all of the prompts on. So the only other thing I've got to do, and I haven't got to do this now because I'm not writing them on, but I've been putting all the prompts together that I've collated based on some that I'd always done. So like currently reading, I always do that. As I said, always all secondhand. Minimalist is something that I've enjoyed doing every year because it's not really a style that I follow, but excitingly, I really like dressing up as that. And then I've got some other bits like Daisy Jones and the Six, Heartstopper, Nature was one that was added new in 2023, but I've got 33 prompts here, so I need to get rid of 2. If I just read you out all of them, and I'll decide which ones I'm going to get rid of. So Barbie, Agatha Christie, Norwegian fashion, new in 2023, Nature, I haven't got a pen here, Full Stitch Fix. I think I'll get rid of Full Stitch Fix just because Stitch Fix is now out of, can I get a pen? Stitch Fix is now not trading anymore in the UK. They are trading in the US, but not in the UK. So I think I'll get rid of that because it feels a bit redundant doing something that no longer trades. Honeymoon, Rainbow, Choir, 70s, Girl Band, Daisy Jones and the Six, Sky, Heartstopper, Pastels, Your Taskmaster outfit, I really like that a lot, and Shiv Roy is another one I really like. Niece's Choice, Period Pain Wildcard, really like that. They're all new ones, and then ones that we've done previously have been Currently Reading, All Secondhand, Animal Print, Clashing Prints, Whatever I Want, David's Choice, Books, Minimalist, Monochrome, All One Colour, Comfy, Autumn, Something from David's Wardrobe, Cats, and Strictly. So let me count how many I've got here, and I need to work out how many I need to get rid of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 32, 33. So I still need to get rid of 2, so I must have had 34 actually. So I need to have a think about this. Maybe I can think about this while I'm doing the painting. So the main thing is that I'm going to mix up some lovely autumnal colours. Oranges and browns and yellows. Very, very exciting. Right, do you want to come closer and get a little look at what I'm doing? Where's my little pipette? There's my pipette. Pipette. I just had a little muck around with some leaves as well, and I've come up with this. So, I don't know what that will become eventually. I need to add some more detail to these bits. But yeah, here is the scene. That we just need to wait for it to dry before I can write on it or chop it up or anything. But I think we'll get to the library now. There's my husband David in his new favourite t-shirt.
Many a favourite.
What does it say?
Yes, chef.
It's from The Bear, which I heard you claim earlier, and this has shocked me, that it's your favourite TV programme of all time.
When did I say that?
When you unwrapped that.
It's what it
you
is.
Just adding some pomp from Parade. I found the command strips.
Oh, nice. It is one of my favourite TV programmes of all time.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
It was David's birthday the week just.
Happy birthday to
on
me.
Tuesday. Happy birthday, David, for then. I'm now going to the library. The reason I've got to go to the library today, I've got nothing to pick up. I'm going to ask if they've got a copy of North and South though. But this book that I got out, I haven't even had a chance to read it, and it's got reservations on it, so I need to take it back, which is very disappointing. Along with these two, which I've renewed too many times. So yeah, they're going back. The library closes at 1, so I need to be there and back. Oh, I'm going to listen to...
You left it late.
I know, but I wanted those to be done so they could be drying while I was gone. It's all a big chain. It's all a big chain. So yeah, so I'm gonna go now, get my headphones, listen to How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackie. That's the book I'm listening to at the moment. I'm quite enjoying it. It's for book club on Sunday, and I've got about 8 hours left, and I haven't, and it's on Sunday, so hopefully I'll get it done in time. These are those fingers crossed. And yeah, so let's go to the library, and I'll see you when I get back. What are you going to do while I'm gone, David? Just cry?
Working and crying.
Working and crying. Hot and bothered. I wonder when it actually will be autumn, because I just looked at the weather for the next 10 days, and next weekend it's going to be 25 degrees. I want it to be cold and autumnal, but no. So, I went to the library. I asked for North and South. They don't stock it, which blows my mind. Like, you'd think they'd have a classic section, although maybe they don't get that used. She said, did I want to put a reservation on it? But I thought, no, I'll check my other library, because that's a bit bigger and they might have it there, so I'll check that. And then the other book that I wanted was, because I've been getting into my cleaning, haven't I? Loads of people have recommended to me Nancy Birtwhistle. Now, I already follow her on Instagram. She won Bake Off a few years ago, and she's got this sort of big green cleaning, like environmentally friendly cleaning situation going on. And she's got a book called, I think it's called Green Clean. And I was going to ask for it for Christmas, but I thought, well, I'll get it out from the library, see if it's useful to me, and then if I do think it's useful, I can put it on my Christmas list then. So I put a reservation on that, but that wasn't there either, but I hoped it would be. But I did get out 2 books. Shy by Max Porter, which is the story of a few strange hours in the life of a troubled teenage boy whose name is Shy. And then I also got out Babysitter by Joyce Carol Oates, which is, I think would be probably quite good for an October read. It's set in the waning days of the 1970s in the wake of unsolved killings that have shocked Detroit. The lives of several residents are drawn together with tragic consequences. And there we go. So those are the 2 I got. And then when I got back, there's 2 parcels for me. Oh, one's something from my wish list, which is so lovely when this happens. Just a gift to say thank you for the huge amount of amazing content you give us. Your enthusiasm is a joy to watch and brings me so much comfort and book recommendations. I won't read that person's name, but they've left me their Instagram, so I will contact them on Instagram. And the book that I've got is very, very exciting. It's Small Fires by Rebecca May Johnson. I've read a bit of Rebecca May Johnson's writing before. I keep going to look at these books behind me, but there aren't any books. I've got a collection of essays called In the Kitchen, which has a collection of essays about food and food writing, and she's written in there. And then I'd heard that she'd done this book Small Fires, which is about reinventing cooking. That simple act of rolling up our sleeves, wielding a knife, spattering red hot sauce on our books as a way of experiencing ourselves and the world. Cooking is thinking about the liberating constraint of tying apron strings, the transformative dynamic of shared meals, the meaning of appetite and bodily pleasure, the wild subversiveness of the recipe beyond words or control. It's a joyful, revelatory work of memory and meditation, both complicates and electrifies life in the kitchen. It shows us the radical potential of the things we do every day, the power of small fires burning everywhere. Yeah, I can't wait to read that, that sounds amazing. And then the other thing is, this was, so our cat Minnie died in June. We had to have her put to sleep because she was very poorly, and she died just before Father's Day. And Minnie used to get me Mother's Day presents and David Father's Day presents because we gave birth to her. But because she died just before Father's Day, she didn't get David a Father's Day present. Now, I kept saying, Minnie will get you something from beyond the grave. And we never got round to doing it. Now, what David did get for his birthday from me...
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Well, he did get a framed piece of art, which he's now got in his office, which is a Halloween piece of art by Naomi Wilkinson. We love her stuff. The prints in our bedroom with the name, with the dates, the months on are by her. But I said, well, you won't want that Halloween print up all year, and we found this one by Eleanor Bowmer, who you'll also know we're very fond of, and it's got all cats on it.
So cool.
And what I like most is that this cat is mini actually.
Yeah.
It's green, but it is mini.
I do like this little...
The little legs on that
and
one.
the grumpy one.
Yeah.
They are very... I like it a lot.
So that's going to go in your frame.
And it'll match the wallpaper as well.
Yeah, that's going to go in his frame after that. So that's from Minnie from Beyond the Grave. Thanks, Minnie from Beyond the Grave. We love you. We miss you. We love you. We miss you. So yeah. So where should we put this to keep it safe? Under the sofa?
Yeah, for now.
For now. Cool. Okay, well, we've got leftover curry for lunch because that's what we had for dinner last night and there was leftover bits. So we're going to have that. And I'm going to read more of Lark Rise to Candleford. I'm on page 144. So still on sketch, guys. Still on sketch. And then I'll have a look at how my stuff's dried. I also need to message that very lovely, kind person who sent me this. So those jobs first, then lunch, then we'll get back to a bit of the watercolouring and see what's going on over there. Hello! Need to do something about my hair before this evening. So, just had my lunch, watched an episode of House of Games, and I've just whittled down the Outfits October prompt ideas. So I've got it down from 33 to 31, let me check. 31, yeah, so I've got it down to 31. And I've just started chopping these. Wouldn't these make beautiful, beautiful bookmarks? They look like autumn sort of hills or something. And I think, because I've been thinking a lot about Christmas today, because I've been getting things ready for my Christmas content and my Christmas gift guide and stuff like that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as part of the $10 tier for my Patreon, I'm going to offer out bookmarks. Not these bookmarks, these are being made into little prompts, but I think I'm going to make some little bookmarks, and then whoever is a $10 tier will get a nice little bookmark from me this year. These are lovely. I'm literally loath to chop them up because they look so nice, but I do have to chop them up and then write on what prompt is going on there. Then I need to tonight, or well soon, get a kiln jar, that's the word I was thinking of, to put them all in, ready for Outfits October, which starts on Sunday. So yeah, I'll read out the prompts. Barbie, Norwegian fashion, new in 2023, honeymoon, rainbow, choir, 70s, girl band, Daisy Jones and the Six, Sky, Heartstopper, pastels, your Taskmaster outfit, Shiv Roy, Niece's choice. That's going to take a bit of planning because normally I pick them out last minute and she's not going to be here to help me pick that out. Period Pain Wildcard, love that. Currently reading, all secondhand, animal print, clashing prints, whatever I want. David's choice, books, minimalist, monochrome, all one colour, comfy, autumn, something from David's wardrobe, cats, and Strictly. So yeah, so I'm just about to make all of these into little prompts. I've also got this bit left over that I'm going to write all of the prompts on there, and that's going to go on an Instagram post on my page tomorrow. But yeah, lovely bit of watercolouring and then a bit more reading, I think. So let's get these written out. Actually, let's work out how, I don't want to run out of these because I need 10 from some of these and then 11 from the other. Measuring. Here's what they look like before I start writing things on. God, they're just so autumnal, aren't they? I feel like I'm at school or something. The first one that's being written on here is Barbie. So it's all coming together. The only thing I have thought is that I actually do need to have a little sort out of the old wardrobe though, because a lot of the stuff in there is still summer stuff and stuff that doesn't match any of these prompts, so I may as well put it into storage. So I might have a little time. David's doing it on a meeting at the moment, but I think once he's finished that, maybe I'll get him there and have a little sort out. We've still got some boxes of stuff at storage, so I'll need to go and get that out at some point. I'm looking forward to it though. It always comes around so fast. Look at all these lovely bits of light from the glitter ball. It's like a little disco in here, isn't it? I've just filmed my TBR for October, which you would have already seen because that's going up on Sunday. I'll link it down below if you'd like to go and check it out. We're about to leave. We've got to pop to David's parents on the way to drop off an anniversary card, and then we're going to go to my cousin Laura's, and yeah, we're going to take the board games in there. We're going to take a board game that David got for his birthday called Quoridor. I'll take you along with me. Quite often when I go to these sort of social situations, I think, oh yeah, I'll film a bit of that, but the reality is that it's someone else's home. They might not want to be filmed in. I always ask, and also like it's just sort of like time that I'm spending with friends and family that doesn't always have to be on camera. Like, I feel like I sort of relegating you to life inside my home because that's where the Friday reading vlogs take place. But I mean, if you don't mind, I don't mind. We'll keep on chugging by with that. But yeah, just to remind you, we're still going to be answering this question when I return. So what do you love most about books? Great question. But yeah, you may see me at my cousin's house. You may not. You may see me back here, hopefully in pajamas. Okay, bye. I'm back. Oh God, the light in here is just extreme. So we had a lovely evening. Went to B&M on the way, got myself this lovely little jar to put my Outfits October prompts in. Also got a new one of these instead of a Scrub Daddy. I thought I'd give the old elbow grease one a go. So yeah, there we go. But let's put the prompts in there because I think it's going to be lovely. But yeah, lovely evening. Played Quoridor. It was a sausage party. So Tom had done me some vegetarian sausages, but those guys had sausages on bratwursts, and we had like a vegetarian chili that went on top. Ooh, that was very exciting. And yeah, it was really nice, really nice. And we played a couple of games. We played Quoridor, plus we played Anomia, and we played, I quite liked that. Did you like that Uno, which it sort of like spits the cards back like out at you?
Uno Extreme.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I'd seen it before, and I'd always thought it looked a little bit too extreme for me, but it wasn't too extreme. But yeah, it was nice, wasn't it? And they got you a birthday cake, which was lovely.
A lovely birthday cake.
So here we go. This is gorgeous, this little jar. The last one I had was always, if you've watched me do Outfits October before, you'll see that every time I went to open it, I had such a hard time opening it with one hand. So this is going to be literally perfect, and I can use it for other bits as well. So yeah, it looks like this. And I'm going to pop all those little bits in there. I mean, it's still probably too big, but the other one was massive. So there we go. Ta-da! And then here is the list of the Outfits October prompts. So that's that. Do check out Outfits October. Head over. I've just knocked the cork ball off the top. Head on over to my Instagram, Lauren and the Books, and follow me and the Outfits October plan. So I didn't do anything for my reading challenge today. I had planned to watch a literary event online, but didn't get round to doing that, so ignore. But I will finish off by reading a poem. But let's answer the question, which is, what do you love most about books? And I mean, there's so many things I love most about books. I think books, when I'm reading a book, I feel most myself, I feel relaxed, I feel peaceful, I feel engaged with something, and they've just brought me so much joy over my life, and they've educated me about things that I previously had no idea about, and that's from reading all sorts, from reading fiction books and non-fiction books and books where you're not expecting to be educated on something, but it's really shown you a part of the world that you knew nothing about, either through stories or through non-fiction. Like, I really appreciate that, and I appreciate I love the bond it can create with people as well. Like, I mean, here I am with a booktube channel, connecting with you guys, and I'm able to chat about what I love all the time with people, and the connection there is books. So yeah, I guess connection, education, relaxation, feeling myself, and yeah, that's what I love about it. She says, under the bed of the noise of the washing machine going. So, but would love to hear below. This is a lovely question, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. But what do you love most about books? Would really like to hear that. And then the poem we're going to read today is the 29th of September. So this isn't out of my usual book. So this is a poem to read aloud every day of the year by Liz Urson. And the poem we're going to read is Not Love Perhaps. And it's by Arthur Seymour John Tessimond, who lived between 1902 and 1962, somebody I've never heard of before. Here we go. So it's got Not Love Perhaps. This is not love perhaps.
love that lays down its life, that many waters cannot quench, nor the floods drown. But something written in lighter ink, said in a lower tone, something perhaps especially our own, a need at times to be together and talk, and then the findings we can walk more firmly through dark narrow places, and meet more easily nightmare faces, a need to reach out sometimes hand to hand, and then find earth less like an alien land, a need for an alliance to defeat the whisperers at the corners of the street, a need for inns on roads, islands in sea, halts for discoveries to be shared, maps checks and note compared, a need at times for each other, direct as the need of throat and tongue for speech. There we go. Not one of my fave poems I've ever read out, but there we go. They can't be all bangers, can they? So yeah, there we go. I will see you on Thursday for another BookTube video, and yeah, been lovely. Goodbye!